up, guys? Gotta love that Aces and Eights song, man. Big TNA fan here, guys. Alex G, your host, the 4th Extreme Podcast episode. I appreciate you guys. No, that's not our official theme song or anything. It's just a song that I really, really like. Guys, I'm joined here tonight with Alex G. What's going on, guys? Hardcore Kid. What's up? And the owner of Extreme Showdown Wrestling. What's going on, guys? Good to be here. Yeah, in other words, I'm by myself right now. It's a funny story, actually. Over the last weekend, me, Aztec, Austin G, and for the first time ever on an Extreme Podcast, the conductor actually did a 1-hour, very drunk podcast. And because we were intoxicated and drunk, we didn't record the podcast at all. So, kudos to us for that. But it's a good thing, in my opinion. We were very sloppy, we were very unprofessional, and in my opinion, I want to give you guys the very best podcast possible. And, you know, when we're drunk, that's not exactly what we're doing. So anyway, this is the podcast, but that's okay. We got some very special guests that we're going to cut into this podcast. I got the lovely and talented Cassie, formerly known as Sassy Tease. She will be here answering my questions, and we're going to talk a little bit about her time with Extreme Showdown Wrestling, all the way up to her announcing the biggest show of Extreme Showdown Wrestling's history. I'm talking about from the backyard to the ring. She was our ring announcer. It was awesome. She's going to be here talking. And also, another special guest, another special cut-in. It will be J.R. Molina. He is the director. He is the writer. He is the mastermind behind the film Guys Like Us. Guys Like Us, you ask? Well, it's a film that stars yours truly, Hardcore Kid Alex G. Also, the ESW legend PO3's in it. Network leader Austin G. The conductor, the legendary Wicked J is in it. Aztec is in it. It even has some bonus guys, you know, some extras. Young Rolo, Beaner Andrew, Juggalo Chris. They make very, very small appearances in the film. And, you know, it's such a great film. And we're finally going to give you guys, you know, basically a synopsis of what this film is about and give you guys some details. All you know is that we're in it, and it's based off of backyard wrestling. That's pretty much all you know. That's all the information you guys were given, and it's time today for you guys to know exactly what's going on with this film, when you guys can expect it, when you guys can expect from the backyard to the ring. All those details are going to be explained here tonight. Anyway, Ray Rice from the Ravens. You guys heard about that. I'm sure you guys saw the video of him knocking the hell out of his girlfriend. And the Baltimore Ravens have officially fired him because of it. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there is a football player. Yeah, I'm not big on football, guys, so yeah, I don't know his position or whatever the fuck, you know. He is, I know he's a Baltimore Ravens player, or not anymore at least, and he was caught on tape knocking the hell out of his girlfriend, now wife. Apparently she married him, and the story is now that she's married him, that's going to help him in court, and basically he's going to be able to get away with this. He knocks her out cold, man. There's multiple stories going on about this. So, I mean, I'm not going to go ahead and comment on that, but if you guys have not seen the video of Ray Rice punching the hell out of his girlfriend and completely knocking her out cold, TMZ has released that a couple days ago, and that's the big talk. So, you guys got to check that out. I'll have a link actually in this description. There's going to be multiple links today, guys. I somehow sat through some of Monday Night Raw. Good God. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know, I'm a big professional wrestling fan. Keywords, professional wrestling. Not so much sports entertainment. WWE can get my attention, and then it can be lost very, very quickly if they don't keep my attention. You know, guys, that was one of the worst Raws I've ever seen. You know, on season premiere or not. Don't get me wrong. I caught some of the Chris Jericho Bray Wyatt steel cage match. Great way to open the show, by the way. First of all, where the fuck is the intro videos? Where's my Across the Nation by Union Underground? Huh? Where's my Nickelback? Where are those awesome songs in the very fucking beginning of the show that gets your interest and it hypes you up and makes you want to watch that show? No more opening pyro? What's going on with that? That upsets me. And I know it's happened. It's been like that for months now, and that sucks for one. Season premiere of Monday Night Raw kicks off with Chris Jericho, Bray Wyatt, and man, are cage matches just not the way they used to be. Cage matches used to be a fucking bloodbath. They used to be in every match that was in a cage was just, it was a big deal. And don't get me wrong, maybe this was a big deal. At least for me, I didn't feel like it was a big deal, but I've been reading online and I see that some people do feel it was a big deal, so, kudos to you guys. But just a very dull match in my opinion. So what if Chris Jericho did the leap off the top? Seen it done before. And that's all they did that could highlight it. I mean, let's really recap that match. I mean, what happened? Jericho jumps off the top. Bray Wyatt wins by injuring his leg. Okay, cool. I don't even want to talk about the Jerry Springer part. I don't want to be negative Nancy, okay? For those of you who watch the WWE religiously, I'll use that word, great. I'll always at least read the results. I'll be guilty of that. As far as sitting through a whole 3 hours, which, my God, how many commercials? I mean, it's like every time I turn around, it's a commercial. I won't be able to sit through a 3-hour show, though. Not on Monday Night Raw. And Friday nights, I'm usually out doing something with a girlfriend or partying with the guys or something. So, not going to be watching Friday Night SmackDown. I tell you what I do watch, though, ladies and gentlemen. Total nonstop action, Impact Wrestling, TNA. I'm not going to be a fanboy over it, but I do want to give props to them because they have my attention right now. So what if their content has been taped months ago or a month ago, whatever the case may be? It's pretty darn good. And I'm kind of scared because the rumors are they may go out of business. They haven't found a TV deal, whatnot. That would suck because this is for the first time in a while TNA's got my attention again. They've been producing some really, really good matches and really, really good talent. And they do need to stop the talking as well, just like WWE. There is a little too much talking. However, I believe that there's more wrestling in TNA in a 2-hour event than there is in the WWE. I could be wrong. That's not a fact. That's just my opinion. At least that's what I've seen, in my opinion. They don't have these 2-minute matches like you see on Raw all the fucking time, which pisses me off. You have a 3-hour show and you're going to give Heath Slater a 2-minute match? That pisses me off. And I get worked up about it, so I just changed the channel. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, TNA has been really, really good right now. The Dudleys, the Wolves, and the Hardys are doing this tag team series, as they're calling it. It's just been good stuff. And I've been enjoying myself watching it on now Wednesday nights, folks. Give it a shot. If you haven't watched it in a while, just give it a shot, okay? For some reason, people think it's cool to not like TNA, but they're the same people who haven't watched it in 3 to 4 years. Why are you talking about it? Why are you talking bad about it? It is good stuff, in my opinion. It really is good stuff. Speaking of fans who talk about it online, there's a lot of people like myself who bitch and moan about, I'll go ahead and use WWE for an example. They bitch and moan about WWE. They just can't stop complaining about it, so they write online and they write paragraphs, man. It's like some of these people write fucking chapter books on how much they just despise the WWE for not pushing so-and-so, and Roman Reigns should be champion already. Daniel Bryan, where's Daniel Bryan? Screw WWE for letting CM Punk go. Okay, well, first of all, you are the same motherfucker that is there minutes before Raw starts, so you make sure you watch every second of it. You're the same person that watches Raw from start to finish. You never miss a Raw. I'm sure you got the WWE Network and you're watching Main Event and NXT and Superstars and fucking SmackDown. You're watching it all, yet every time you have a chance, you complain. Here's the deal, in my opinion. You're watching, okay? You're watching that means you're giving them WWE money. You're a viewer. You are one of the 3-point-something million people that watch Monday Night Raw every Monday night, whatever the case may be. You're that person. If you really don't like, if you think it's cool to complain, you need to stop. You need to stop thinking that it's not cool to complain about wrestling. I don't think I'm cool because I get worked up. I get worked up because I get worked up. When I don't like something, when I see something I don't like, I turn away. Read the results. It does just as good. It does the justice. 3-hour show. It takes 10 minutes to read, the entire show. I can visualize. If you don't like what you're seeing, stop bitching and moaning online about it and just stop watching. It's simple. It really, really is. Just don't watch the product. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Complaining and watching, I don't understand that. I don't like seafood. But I'm not going to go and eat lobster and then complain how I don't like lobster. That's exactly how I'm looking at it. If you don't like what you're seeing, stop watching. I've seen a lot of horrible movies. I ain't going back and watching them again because they were horrible. Keep that in mind, guys. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and bring in our first guest, ladies and gentlemen. She is my real-life girlfriend. She's a girl I've been with for a very long time. She's been there through thick and through thin. And we're going to go ahead and take a short break. Maybe I'll go ahead and add like a quick promo audio or something from back in the day. Who knows what I'm going to do. I'm by myself right now. We're going to bring in Cassie, formerly known as Sassy Tease. And right after that, we're going to bring in director and writer of Guys Like Us, J.R. Molina. It's going to be a great podcast, guys, despite that I'm by myself. Oh, and also I will be answering some of those questions that you guys asked on Facebook. However, I am going to save some for the guys for the next podcast, because the next podcast I'm going to make sure that we have a lot of guys here so we can, make this a fun and interesting podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being awesome ESW fans, okay? You guys have stuck around for a long time, and we do appreciate every single one of you. But anyway, we'll be right back with Cassie.
Holy shit! Oh! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Christopher! Do you not see this shit?
No, guys, don't get all excited. You're about to hear a girl's voice, and I know that some of you, this is a first. I'm just kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the lovely and talented and beautiful Cassie, formerly known as Sassy Tease. You got to understand that a lot of these listeners know you as Sassy Tease. However, this year, when we were promoting From the Backyard to the Ring, we used your real name. We no longer carried Sassy Tease. Why don't you say hello to all these people that are listening, the thousands that are listening right now?
Well, hello, hi. Man, I miss y'all guys. I miss the fans. It's good
Right?
to be here.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you remember all those crazy nights that we had
All of them.
entertaining all these fans? You were actually former owner of the Extreme Show.
I
Wrestling.
was.
And then you gave 50% ownership to Paul.
Yes,
How dare you?
I did.
Yeah. So I've been thinking, babe, a lot of these people may not know that we are real life in a relationship.
Yeah, we're strong and still going.
I don't even want to say what we just did. That would hurt the listeners' ears. I'm just kidding. No, honestly. So we've been together a long time, and, I want to tell a quick story on how we saw one of your friends at a restaurant the other day who we hadn't seen in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember how she kept asking us, like, if we had kids, and
Yeah.
if we were getting married, and
Mm-hmm.
if we were living together, and I just found it funny how the highlight of our year so far has just been our first road trip this year.
Yes.
Like, no, we're not married. No, we don't have kids. No, we don't live together.
But we just went to the beach.
But we finally went to the beach.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
It was
No,
fun.
but people shouldn't rush into things. Ladies and gentlemen, don't rush into things. Anyway, why don't you tell these people what you've been up to? You've been absent from Extreme Showdown Wrestling since, mid-09. What have you been doing since?
Oh, goodness. I've been keeping my head in the books, for sure. I'm going into my second year at UTSA, majoring in biology, so I can be in the dental field. And I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. Though I love watching the ESW videos, and I miss it. I really do miss the backyard. And I loved the ring, but the school is where I need to be. My head needs to be in the book.
Yeah, you were the host. You were the ring announcer for From the Backyard to the Ring.
I was.
Tell me how that was.
It was awesome. It was like the best experience to be there with all the wrestlers throughout all of the years and all of the trials and every single...
It all ended up in the ring.
Yes.
Like all the everything that we've been through all led to the wrestling ring.
It did.
Isn't that crazy?
It was.
Did you ever think back in 08, 09 that we would ever be in a ring?
No,
I didn't think so either.
I didn't think... I thought it was just way out of your reach.
Right.
But we were able to get to that point.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
What did you think of the show overall? From the Backyard to the Ring, a lot of the donators that helped fund it, that basically, I shouldn't say help, they did fund the show.
Those were the true fans.
Those are the true fans, and those are the people that are going to get the event later this month. What can they expect when they see this event?
Oh, gosh. It's going to be a completely different vibe. It's not like ESW in the backyard. It's a different feeling being in a ring. It's a different vibe being in that crowd, having different fans. Some people there at the Legion didn't even know. They didn't even really understand what From the Backyard to the Ring was. But having those fans, those dedicated fans who paid their own money that they work hard for, it was an awesome, awesome experience. And I am so happy that I was blessed by you, Alex, that let me be the host. It was wonderful. I really enjoyed it.
We wrote you cue cards.
I still have them. They're in my bag.
Those cue cards. We need to take pictures of them and release them. I think the fans are getting to that. Literally. We wanted to because we wanted to sound as professional as possible. Yeah. We didn't want to just wing it, you know. Right. And it was tough, wasn't it? Sometimes it was tough.
It was tough.
It's not as easy as people think.
You have to wait for the crowd and listen for them to be quiet so they can listen to you. Yeah, it's different. It's different.
Yep, we definitely miss the backyard. We should have done more together, huh? Mm-hmm. But it was cool to bring you back in earlier this year when Austin and PO3 were fighting over the championship. Mm-hmm. You got involved, of course, on my behalf as my advocate, so to say. And you came out and you accidentally got hit by the championship. Mm-hmm. Isn't that mean?
Yeah.
How dare they?
Yeah, my gosh.
How dare they?
How dare they?
But that's okay because hardcore kid Alex G successfully retained his World's Heavyweight Championship. Spoiler alert. No, we already released the results. But yes, I did win and I got revenge for us.
Yes, you did. Awesome.
This is awesome. I'm glad you're here.
Me too.
Well, we gotta make this short, unfortunately, guys. We are on some type of a time crunch, but it was good to talk to you.
It was great talking to you.
And what do you have to say to the people that do remember you and do ask about you every now and again? Isn't that kind of cool, though? Like, you're on the internet.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. It's nuts.
It is.
Sometimes, since we're all busy, it's hard to keep track of all the comments and the ins and outs and everything. But, yeah, people still ask about you all the time. And
that's awesome. And you know what? ESW. That's what I love, and I know the fans love. And if the fans are there for me, they're there for you. They're there for Austin. They're there for PO3. They're there for all of the people on the roster, and that's what matters. It's all about y'all fans.
All right. Well, let's just pretend that this is the last time you're ever going to talk to the fans, because you never know. What would you like to say before we go?
Thank y'all so much for your support and for your love, and I will miss you, and hopefully talk to you again.
Absolutely. We got to do more of these.
Yes, most definitely. Me and you.
All
Alex
right.
G.
Sounds good.
Woo.
All right. Well, we're going to go.
Gotta go.
Bye.
Bye.
You get a beanstalk that goes straight up your motherfucking ass!
This is the cut-in, ladies and gentlemen. I have with me today a very, very special guest. He's the only one in this room with me. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the director, the writer, the man that created the first ever feature film that I will ever be a part of. Probably never going to be in another one, man. I'm going to let you know right now. I feel like I'm never going to be in another one. So I want to thank you first and foremost. But ladies and gentlemen, I have the great J.R. Molina here with me. And I appreciate you being a part of this podcast. And I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this.
Thank you. I'm really disappointed here that you want to do another one because I had a whole part for you in this new film.
Oh, did you? No, I mean...
I'm going to have to cut it out.
No. Get me in. I just feel like, I don't know, man. I feel sometimes like, man, what if this is my only shot?
It's just the one shot for Alex. It's the character and you in real life.
There you go. But JR, you know, a lot of the fans, they know this. They know simple things like the ESW backyard wrestlers are participating in a film. They know it's about wrestling or backyard wrestling. They know that... you know, a lot of us are in it together, so it's not just a single wrestler or something like that. So they know very, very little detail of the film. Why don't you just go ahead and just give us a little detail of what these fans can expect without spoiling anything or giving anything away? What can the average Extreme Showdown Wrestling fan expect from this film?
You know, it's just about, like, backyard wrestling. I feel like the first the first part of the film is just kind of going into the in and outs of wrestling and how to book a show and how to get everything together, or how people are afraid of like looking bad. You're like, man, you can't have me lose, or you can't. So it's just really interesting how this whole writing process was like, because whenever I was writing the script or whatever, I just wanted to make sure I was getting the lingo right. I wanted to make sure I didn't like sound like a dummy.
Yeah, you wanted to, like pops, heat, jobber, bearing. Yeah, there is a lingo that's pretty crazy.
So that was kind of just what I was like. I wanted to make sure that people understand like how much work goes beforehand. Right. And it's not just like doing a whatever type of match in the actual event, you know? Because I mean, I don't know how much work you put into the actual events, but I assumed you worked on it for at least a week before you went in front of a crowd or whatever.
Right. So, 2011, I go to the Art Institute of Austin, and that's where we all met. And I end up leaving, but I tell you about the reunion event in 2012, and I ask you guys to film, you and some others. But so you guys come, you actually do it, and So did the reunion event, did that event inspire you in any way to write this film? Is that how it all started? What was that spark that said, I want to write a film about backyard wrestling, and I'm going to use these guys as a base, because that's how I assume you did it.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure like when it actually hit me, but I remember going to that event and just realizing like how much of a fan I am of wrestling again, because I had stopped watching wrestling, since middle school, so that's a long time. And going to that event and just seeing how much you guys put yourself on the line, and like seeing somebody go through like a crib full of barbed wire and whatever, like I was thinking like, dang, that's crazy. And I became a fan. I actually ended up watching like all y'all's events and stuff like that. But the actual idea probably came because I had just dropped out of film school, and I was thinking like, man, I gotta make a film about somebody like who doesn't know where they're going, because that's just how I felt. But I made this stupid like basic script about somebody dropping out of film school, and it was so boring. And I was like, man, I don't know what to do, and I don't know any actors. I've been out of the game for a little bit. I've been doing music videos, and then just me and you have been friends. Like even after the event, like we message each other like every few months.
Yeah.
I would tell you like, hey man, what's gonna happen? Because I would get interested. But I sort of got back into wrestling because of Daniel Bryan, and I just like all the freaking signs were going to like, I want to make a film about wrestling.
Right.
And so I just thought of this idea of like, like what happens to a backyard wrestler when he gets a little bit too old, to keep on doing it,
Right.
Like, and it just kind of came from there because, you can't be 30 years old, still doing the backyard wrestling stuff.
It's true.
So, so it was kind of based off of that little chunk. But when I started writing the script, I was thinking like, man, Alex has to be in this film, like. And
it's in my opinion, it's a great script, and it is very realistic in my opinion. I think the way we did things is completely different than these characters, but I could see how another backyard federation, so to say, would go this route, and they would do the things that Devin did, and it's just a weird, it's an interesting way because I feel that it's very possible. You know, of course, like I said, we did things a different way, but it was good to go into someone else's shoes.
Yeah.
And book the show a certain different way. Or
that's the thing that a lot of my friends ask me is like, is it just based 100% on these guys? I'm like, no, these guys are like 100% like hardworking. You know, they take it legit. You know, the people in the movie are a little bit more loosey-goosey with a few things.
Right. Drugs are involved.
Yeah.
Lots of drinking and things. I mean, not in a bad way. You know, it's a part of the character, but you know, it wasn't like that. At least, you know.
Yeah.
But
so like everyone just assumed like I was just writing a character first person, but you know, like I knew you were gonna play Devin and I knew Paul was gonna play Floyd. Mm-hmm. Even though I wasn't 100% because you were like, man, I'm not sure if Paul's gonna do this. He's
I was. No offense to PL3, but I didn't know. You know, I just didn't think it's a lot of time consuming.
Yeah.
You know, this dude, has his own apartment. He's got a
wife. He plays a pretty big character too.
Plays a big character, so I knew that he was gonna need to be.
You're done?
No, we're doing a podcast. You can edit. Okay.
You can edit that out, yeah.
So yeah, I knew that he was gonna be needed, and he came through, man. He actually very good,
and
very impressive.
You know, a few people that seen the film actually feel like he's the best part of the film. You know, hopefully that doesn't get to his head, but but everyone seems to like his character because he seems to have like probably the second most things going on with him. You know.
Right. All right. So we know more or less that the fans can't expect some action involved in this. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you and what's his name? Aztec actually did not a home match, but like a match that a few people are gonna get. You know,
get a match. Yeah, the donators will be getting some of that. We'll get to that in just a second. But yeah, these fans can expect. You know, the ESW fans. I don't want them to expect that it's not going to be, the same thing that they've been seeing because the show is about backyard wrestling, and that's what they're technically still getting. They're still getting the just into the lives of Devin and all these other guys.
Yeah, and it's I feel like a lot of people are going to relate to it, just if you're a wrestling fan, because it's just so much wrestling lingo. And one of my favorite scenes in the film is just when you and Aztec just go off on like a few wrestling catchphrases.
Yeah, we just started going off. Why don't we tell the fans exactly when we can expect to see this film? We get asked all the time. I'm sure you do. By the actors on PL3. But, no, I'm just kidding. But, fans need to understand, first of all, it's a long process.
Yeah, it's a long process.
And there may be a date set in our head at first, but then we just realize that, this is happening. And then, not including real life jobs and stuff that we actually do have. When can we expect guys like us to come out? When can the fans expect to either A, get a copy, B, get a digital copy, or just, watch it online? When can we expect?
That's a difficult question because... a few of the donators are actually going to get the film next month. We're not like a legit copy, but they're going to get, a streaming copy, and they're probably going to be the first people to see it outside of us. As for the fans, it's hard for me to say, but it really just depends on how much luck this has going into festivals. If we get denied every festival.
Yeah.
Then it could be out as early as next June.
Yeah.
If we get into every festival, boom, 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 it could come out as late as October, November next year.
Yeah.
So it really just depends.
Some fans' hearts dropped just right now when you said that, but I mean that's just how it is.
Yeah, that's how it is. I mean,
this is how it is in the film world. Man.
The film could be as done as early as November, December, but you can't release it because I guess you could just release it.
Yeah, but why do that?
Yeah, when you want to kind of build a word of mouth outside of just your fans. You have a great fan base, but we want to expand a little bit more.
Right. Today you gave me a copy of the event From the Backyard to the Ring. It's looking good. You did all the editing. I appreciate that very much. When can these fans also expect that's another question I get all the time. From the Backyard to the Ring. When are we going to get the event? When are we going to get the event? Everybody's all pissed off. We're over here working our asses off on this. The commentaries for the other events, but they don't care about that. They want to see the ring. I understand. It's okay. September was the date that we put on the Indiegogo donations page. Is that still at least more or less the time frame that we're looking at?
Yeah, anybody that donated it, we're even gonna change it a little bit. And the person that donated $5, they're all gonna get the event this month. Yeah. If all things happening, of course, we could lose the files, or we're gonna
have a fire.
Yeah,
lose the files.
There's a bunch of stuff that can happen, but everyone that's donated, all 26, 27 of y'all are going to get the event.
Yeah. We just want them to hang tight. And I do feel bad sometimes because, I'm sure there are people literally waiting every day, checking their emails. But, it's just...
It's a...
Real life kicks in, guys.
Yeah. And then, So we also want to do some cool stuff with like put some commentary and.
Yeah, we want to add commentary. I mean, I'm still working on re-editing that opening package and the recap and things like that. So I mean, there's still a few things here and there that I want to.
But man, I was watching the event, and it's a great event, and it might not be what people are accustomed to because there's not like a lot of hardcore stuff going on. But you guys are just really good wrestlers.
Yeah. I got to flip through it, when you had sent me a private link of it to check it out, and I was impressed. I was happy, man. We wouldn't have been there without you guys. So
Yeah,
we all worked together to get to where we wanted. So
that first tag match, it's something else. Man.
First tag team match: Beaner Andrew, Cruise Confidence. Beaner Andrew and Old School Giddens versus Cruise Confidence and Aztec. Yeah, good. Good match.
I just watched that match because I'm a fan of wrestling. I just put it on every so often. I'm like, I gotta watch it again. That main event between Paul and Austin is also something else.
Triangle match for the world's title. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Fans have been waiting for that one.
And then also just in terms of like storytelling in a ring, Conductor versus Wicked J. It's something like I was watching that match and I got kind of emotional at the very end because I was like, man, Conductor's just insane.
Yeah, Conductor did put his heart into that one.
Yeah,
it's
a great. It's only $9.99.
It's only $9.99. Yeah. On the WWE. Oh my god. But that's one of the things that I also want the fans to know. I know I've thrown these names out there multiple times, but I mean it's not just Alex G, Austin G, PL3. You always hear those three names, but I mean in this film, you got Aztec playing a great character. Yeah. The Conductor, in my opinion, is what has almost a comedy bit.
Yeah, he still does a few scenes.
Yeah, exactly. Wicked J is in the film.
Yeah, he was a good actor.
And don't forget about the guys who played small extras in the film. Young Rolo, Jungle Chris,
he's in the
Short Stack, Dick Dominic.
He's in the film quite a lot. Yeah, he's like freaking back in the pants. I don't know how he got there. I think he just snuck back there.
PL3 wanted to add Hidden Floyds. It's really Hidden Rolos.
It's Hidden Rolos. If anybody could find all 5 times he's in the film, I'm gonna send you something.
that was a joke in the film actually. Paul wanted Hidden Floyds. He plays the guy Floyd in the film, and he wanted to put himself hidden in each scene. Yeah. And I thought that'd be fun.
And the best part is that at first it was funny, and then he kept talking about it. Yeah. And then I showed him some scenes. He's like, "Hey, where's the Hidden Floyd?" Oh wait, he was serious. So we gotta put that in there. I thought he would say something about, oh man, the film's good. The film is this. Where's the Hidden Floyds? And I was waiting for him to crack his mouth. Nope. He wants himself in every freaking scene. I showed him the trailer. We could have a little bit more Floyd. But man, I love him because nobody has that kind of passion.
Yeah, man, he wants his shit. He wants to make sure that I guess it's going, or I guess he's proud of what he's doing. Maybe that's exactly what it is.
And he should because man, I remember that first day we started shooting. When he went into his performance, it was because the first scene he shoots in the film is actually kind of an emotional scene, just because I wanted to test him out to see how much of an actor he can really be. Right. And he hits it out of the park in my opinion. Yeah. He goes to some levels that I've worked with real actors and they can never get there. Yeah. And he also has some emotional scenes and he has a lot. He does a lot. So he should be proud of it. Unfortunately, he's not the main character of the film. Yeah. But he does a lot for what he has.
No, he definitely dedicated a lot of time. But JR, it's been a hell of a ride, man. We spent a lot of days
doing this. Yeah.
You did most.
And also, people don't understand how much work goes into post production. Yeah. And I didn't even really fully understand until we started doing it. So this
editing process, man, that's where you're at right now, more or less? Yeah. Okay, so, we're not talking just putting the scenes together and looking for the right angle. These fans got to understand, we're talking audio. We got a ADR. Yeah. So the fans that don't understand that, you literally have to redo your audio for outdoor scenes.
Yeah, some outdoor scenes, yeah.
Yeah, so that's nuts. You're literally watching yourself and you got to get exactly your lips, tone, the tone, the voice, dialogue. It's nuts.
And not only that, but you have to recreate the background noise.
Background noise. Yeah. Don't forget about the color aspect of the film. So there's so much that goes on.
Yeah. And we could rush it and put it on YouTube. Yeah. And we're not going to give you the quality that you expect.
Exactly.
So I really want this film where people watch it. They're not going to go, oh, there's a mistake there. There's a mistake there. I want people to watch
this it. This isn't Midnight Terrors, guys. This is guys like us. This is something. This is the big leagues here. At least that's what we're shooting for.
Yeah. But,
But
yeah, it's been so fun. It's funny because when I first met you, I didn't know you were a wrestling fan. and I wasn't really a wrestling fan either, but I felt like we were kind of like connected in some ways because we would honestly like have some heel promos for some of our classmates.
Yeah, definitely.
So when I heard you were a wrestling fan, I was like, it makes sense. He was the only guy in this whole school.
We had a class together, and do you remember I presented one of my shows?
Yeah.
I don't remember why I needed to present something, but I remember everyone was pretty blown away, or everybody freaked that I was like, that I would capable of jumping off shit, I guess.
Yeah, no, but I felt so, because I'm a nerd, you know, somewhat. But I was like, I became a fan, and I was like, oh my god, Alex can do this. And I was just so into it. I was like, you gotta get me in here, dude. I was legitimately wanting to wrestle, you know. But then I realized, oh crap, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Man, it was so much fun, you know. And the best thing about this whole film for me, you know, is just hanging out with you again because we hadn't hung out for a while, you know.
Yeah.
So it's been cool. Just this whole process.
Those 4.5 hour drives to the valley, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's something I'll always remember, man. It was a fun time. Road trip, you know, and then you staying at your place, that was cool, and meeting your friends over there, just getting that environment, different feel over there, so to say. I won't elaborate, but a different feel in the valley, man, and you know, experiencing that, going to your dad's
office,
law firm, dude, that's crazy, man. It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, and
so good memories, good times. We're gonna remember that for a long time.
And I guess you know, we're about to probably wrap up pretty soon. I just want to say thanks to Jeff for doing the audio.
Jeff.
I want to thank my friends George for pulling through, coming for like being an extra. Absolutely. I want to thank Rue for coming in at the very end and being a small part when he was mad that he wasn't a bigger part at first.
Right.
You know, I want to thank all those guys, especially I want to thank Andrew because he was like with me every step.
Who's that again?
Andrew Ponte.
Andrew, of course, Andrew.
He was there every step, and you know, he probably could have quit.
Yeah,
but he
probably could have quit.
But
probably wanted to quit.
Yeah, every day I would wake him up and he'd be like, God fucking damn it, Jared. And I was like, no, we got to do this, man. So, but like, you know, he's probably worked in this film like even harder than me now because of all the editing he's been doing. So I really
he's the editor. He's the editor of
I really want to thank him and just everyone who helped out, like even from your end, you know. When we needed a crowd, you know, we got a crowd, you know. So
right.
It's all great stuff.
We've all worked together, man, and you guys worked the hardest for sure. But I think that overall, we all worked hard as we could, and took the time out of our weekends to make it happen. So, JR, man, it's been an honor, man. I appreciate you coming by, and I appreciate you getting me in a feature film, brother. Thank you so much, and I do look forward to working with you again. So let's never say never, you know.
Yep. Okay.
All right, man.
Okay. Till next time.
An announcement. What the fuck does that mean?
Well, despite not having people live here with me, guys, it's been a pretty interesting podcast. It's good to have Cassie here with us, and it was good to have JR Molina here with us, and it's definitely been an honor to have you guys stick around and listen to us ramble all day. And, you know, Aztec actually and I have been talking a lot about this podcast, and we actually really want to try to do something with it. You know, we really think that we can actually, you know, maybe start a weekly podcast where people actually do tune in every week, and maybe we can get a lot of hits, you know, if we talk about the right kind of things. This will always be based off of Extreme Showdown Wrestling. However, I feel that, you know, eventually we are going to have to break away from that. You know, I started this podcast off, you know, with the Baltimore Ravens, you know. I think that if we're talking about current things, you know, people want to hear our opinions on all kinds of things. That is exactly what you guys should be expecting from us from here on out. Now, there isn't anyone here with me in this room right now. It is just me. I am all alone. Sad face. So, I did ask the people of Facebook exactly 22 hours ago. I'm looking at the Facebook right now. It says 22 hours ago. 2. We are currently taking questions of any form for our next podcast that will be uploaded tomorrow. Ask away. Well, I thought that... you know, we were going to have old school get-ins, Aztec, Austin G, the conductor, you know, a bunch of other people, but unfortunately, we haven't. So I'm going to go ahead and answer a couple of these questions, and I'm going to save some for the next podcast, so sorry guys if I skip your question. We will try to get through all of these, but I'm going to go ahead and ask a few. Paul Rogers asks, if you guys had the money, would you make the ESW video game? Of course. In fact, I think at one point, not that long ago, I had a whole layout for a video game that included arenas, unlockable arenas, characters, unlockable characters. You know, I get into all that kind of stuff. Alternate attires and how you would unlock them and what exactly, you know, story mode would be, you know. So yeah, absolutely. In fact, there's a guy on Facebook that had a mod version of us. He used, I don't know what wrestling game he used, but he got it. He was able to modify it and use us in the game. So we don't have a game, but there is clips online where you actually can see Alex G and Austin G conversating via text on the screen, and then we ended up having a match. Austin G was in his network suit. There's a video online. Maybe I'll find it and put it in the description if I can. But yeah, absolutely. A video game, that would be so freaking awesome. For everyone, what is your favorite finishing move? I'll go ahead and save that when Mitch fails. However, my favorite finishing move of all time has got to be the crippler crossface. Chris Benoit, man, that what a intense submission. You know, he made it look so realistic. I thought that was awesome. David Smith asks, what's your favorite Anarchy champion and ESW champion? My favorite Anarchy champion has got to be Beaner Andrew. He is the multi-time Anarchy champion. Some 12, 13, 14 time. I can't remember this stuff sometimes, guys, unfortunately. But Beaner Andrew, indeed. Favorite ESW World's Heavyweight Champion, David Smith, has got to be me. I am a 6-time and current World's Heavyweight Champion, and oh man, no, honestly, you know, there's been a lot of great champions, but you know, you got to go with yourself, guys. For everyone, who gave you the inspiration for your characters in ESW? I'll go ahead and save that one for next time. However, I will say that for myself, Hardcore Kid had a mixture of a bunch of people. Sandman, believe it or not, was a big inspiration for me. I loved his entrance. I loved the way he would come out with the beer and a kendo stick. Hence the kendo stick, guys. And that was always awesome. Let me tell you something real quick, guys. You know, I just want to apologize. You know, if you know, a lot of times we post that we're gonna upload something at a certain time or a certain date, and you know, you guys just gotta understand that, you know, I'm literally doing this all by myself, you know, and sometimes, you know, we do run into complications, you know, albeit YouTube or internet connection or video files can crash, you know. You just guys gotta hang tight. I know it does suck, and I do feel bad when I promise something and, you know, it doesn't come true. So that is my fault, and we're working on that, you know. Every day we try to get better, you know, absolutely. Guys, I also want to talk to you about the next event coming up that we're uploading. The May 1st, 2010 event is now called Thumbtack Bat. And at Thumbtack Bat, there will be 3 one-on-one matches. Beaner Andrew versus Wicked J. Jigga versus Austin G. And the Master of Disaster MOD versus the Conductor. Now, the winners of those 3 matches, Beaner Andrew, Wicked J, Jigga Austin G, Conductor MOD, the winner of those 3 matches will be in a triangle Battle Mountain Ladder match for the briefcase. Well, what does the briefcase do, may you ask? Well, the briefcase has a contract inside of it that states that the person holding it can have a World's Heavyweight Championship match anytime, any place they want. It's like WWE's Money in the Bank. It's like the Feast or Fired in TNA. Guys, this is one of the most intense events. I know we write that a lot. We type that a lot on Facebook, but seriously, guys, this is one of the most intense events. Oh, God. The Thumbtack Bat event. The Thumbtack Bat event. Old School Giddens is the new World's Heavyweight Champion. He defeated Austin G and Wicked J in the Triangle match, the main event of WrestleFest 2. Well, Old School Giddens, OSG, he has a big announcement that's going to kick off the Thumbtack Bat event. And ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to want to miss this. If you don't know what happens, please don't spoil it for the other fans. Get ready, because this coming weekend, Saturday the 13th, how could I forget? San Antonio has the Margarita Pour-Off, which I'll be attending. This Saturday, the Thumbtack Bat event will be uploaded with commentary. Another edition of With Commentary. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. But anyway, yeah, this is a lot of good questions here. Let's see. Who do you think has the best chance to become a professional wrestler in ESW? That was Marcus Hobson who asked that, and I like the Facebook picture, by the way, ICW, old school ICW logo. If anyone has a real opportunity, I would have to say Austin G. Austin G is the most athletic wrestler that is in this business, or in backyard wrestling, in my opinion, and he just has the mic skills. And I understand a lot of people who don't like the character that he may portray, the network leader with that long voice. However, overall, Austin G has come a long way from starting as an 11, 12-year-old boy. Like I said, the Thumbtack Bat event is about to be released, and I believe he was like 13 years old during that match. So you just got to understand Austin G's come a long way, but Austin G, without a doubt, is that guy. Mikey asks, who in ESW is party the hardest? I gotta go with me again, guys. Used to have parties here all the time. In fact, the hardcore kid is about to turn 22. Oh my god, I'm about to be 22 years old. And I'm having another party. So, I don't know, it won't be anything wild like it used to be, guys. Back when I was 17, 18, 19 years old, man, we used to go pretty damn hard in this house. The conductor is probably right there with me because that guy gets drunk and loses his mind. Sometimes it isn't for the best, unfortunately. We've all had some really good times here, though, I gotta say, as far as partying. But yeah, we all used to have a good time after the shows and stuff. Brandon, when will the movie Guys Like Us be released? JR Molina and I answered that, thankfully. Brandon, always good to see you keeping up with ESW. You're a good guy. Jason asks, what would happen if Osiris didn't break the script and stayed champ? Jason, the truth is Osiris was scheduled to win at Extreme Rumble 2. Wicked J was going to go through the first table, and Osiris was going to go through the second table. No, I'm sorry. Osiris went to this first table, and Wicked J was supposed to go to the second table. And then they were both going to go through a third table. That was the situation there, and then it was going to be a draw because they both went to the table at the same time. Therefore, it was a draw. Blah blah blah. Old School Giddens was set to win the Extreme Rumble, and it was supposed to be Osiris going one-on-one with OSG at WrestleFest 2 for the title, and that was going to be the big blow-off, and Giddens was going to beat Osiris for the title after, Osiris held it since November of 2009. Finally, in March of 2010, Osiris loses it. That was going to be the big blow-off. That was supposed to happen. That would have been a great match. Osiris versus Old School Giddens never happened. So that was, yeah. So, I mean, that's your answer right there, man. It's a damn shame, but, it is what it is. Well, when will another chapter of The Extreme Truth be released? Says Colin W. Berry. That's a good question. Very soon, guys. Again, I do all this stuff by myself. So uploading videos, while it seems like an easy job, we still got to do the commentary. I got to put that together. Then you got to put the podcast together, edit that up, and upload videos left and right. Then you got to make sure you're on time. And then YouTube always gives us a fucking issue somehow. So soon, maybe October, November, but very soon we're going to start uploading our weekly chapters again for The Extreme Truth, the story of ESW. Do you expect Brock Lesnar to keep the WWE World Heavyweight Championship until WrestleMania 31? Alex Mitchell Gutierrez asked that, and I have to say that I don't give a shit, to be honest with you. Brock Lesnar shouldn't be maybe he should be the WWE Champion. He is the baddest man alive. He could literally kill any of the roster. And he could literally murder them with his bare hands because he is a legitimate fighter. So maybe he should be WWE champion. I just don't like the fact that he doesn't show up every night. At least on Raw and SmackDown, you don't have to show up for the fucking live events. Which, by the way, damn, I read some live event results just the other week, and the Usos and the Great Khali versus the Wyatt family was the headline. Yeah, no, thank you. I'll keep my $45. Fuck you, WWE. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to wrap up these questions. I am going to save every single one of these questions, guys, and we are going to ask them next podcast when I'm here with everyone else. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us on another edition of this podcast. You guys are awesome, and we will be back in 2 weeks for the birthday edition. I'll give you more details later on, but for the birthday edition of the Extreme Podcast, Alex G and Austin G will be in the house. We're going to get the conductor here. We're going to get multiple special guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a great night, so we'll be keeping you guys posted. Until then, share this, guys. We really want to make this something. Me and Aztec have created a structure for the podcast, the Extreme Podcast, and we really are going to try to make this something. We're going to add music, and we're going to maybe even have some videos. Who knows what we're going to do? But we're creative, and we know that we can give you guys a really good show, and you never know who may show up on the Extreme Podcast. Thanks, guys. Take care.